Russell fam, in today's video I'm going to show you how to can corn in a pressure canner. Be back in just a second. Hi, my name is Becky and welcome to our Russell's Loving Life YouTube channel. Here on this channel we talk about homeschooling, homemaking, and everything in between. I am a homeschooling mom of 2 and I have been homeschooling since 2012. We also have a blog which is russellslovinglife.com. Make sure to check that out. There, I give you tips and tricks and things that I have learned through my years of homeschooling. We also have a store. I will leave a link down in the description box if you want to check that out. New products are added weekly. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that little bell notification down at the bottom. That just lets you know every time we upload a new video. And if you are a returning Russell fam, we are so glad you are back. It is summertime, so that means it is a busy canning season for us. We try to can as much stuff as we can in the summer, so we will have great stuff in the winter. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use my American pressure canner to can corn. I know a lot of people will blanch it and put it in the freezer, but we just use our canner and store it on shelves. So in the video, I'm going to show you how I do that. What I do not show you is how we took the corn and shucked it and cut it off the cob. I will show you pictures, but I did not video that because it took forever. So I didn't want to bore you with all of that, but we took fresh corn that we got from our local farmer's market and we cut it off the cob and we put it in cans, and then the video will pick up from there. Okay, I have already filled all of the jars with corn and I have added a half a teaspoon of canning or pickling salt to my jars. Now I have my hot water boiling in the big black canner right here. And you have to have hot water when you do the corn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my funnel right here, but I'm going to fill the water up to leave an inch of headspace is what it's called right here. So I'm going to fill it up and then I'll show you the process of filling it up. But be very careful when you're doing this. Make sure you use some form of funnel. It makes it way easier because this water is scalding, boiling water. And I have my big ladle that I do. It makes it easier. I have filled all of my 16 pint jars with hot water, and the reason you do that is so once you put them in the pressure canner that they do not bust. They're already warm. So now we have to clean the lids before we put our tops on. So you take vinegar and then you just wipe around each jar. That removes any of the water you might have put on there, any dirt and grime that may be on there from the corn that you put in there, just anything that could stop it from sealing properly. So you want to make sure you wipe them down and get all of that. And the reason we use the pressure canner to can our corn instead of just blanching it and put in the freezer, I have some like that, but it helps with freezer space. So that is one of the reasons we use our pressure canner instead of just freezing everything, so we can have space in our freezer for meat. All right, so that has all of them wiped down. Now you're going to put the top on, and you can use one of these tools I use it. It works best. It stops it from over tightening because you can put them on there too tight. Some people say that you can use 2 fingers, tighten it 2 fingers tight, but to me it's just way easier to get this tool from Ball, and it fits for regular mouth or wide mouth, whatever you need. So what I'm going to do is going to try to get it in the camera view so you see. All right, I have the lid on, and I screw it down just a little bit, and then I take this tool and I push it down to make sure the top's on, and I turn it to tighten it. But you see it breaks right here, so that makes it so I do not over tighten. So I'm going to put lids on all of these, and I'll be back to show you once I put them in the canner. The canner comes with 2 of these racks. You can see that it is raised like this. I have one already down in here. So you put it down at the bottom, and that protects your jars so they're not directly sitting on the fire. So we're going to do our first layer of jars in here. And this is the All-American pressure canner. We've had it, I think, going on 7 years. That's how long we've had it. And it works amazing. All right, there's 9 down here, and so I've got to do some more jars. I totally forgot. I was used to doing quarts that I can do 16 of those, but this will hold more. So, but first, since we have this bottom row right here, we have to put water in here. And what I typically do is, because this is a long cook, it takes 55 minutes to do the jars, I typically fill the water up right below where the curve starts. So you're just going to pour some water in there. All right, I don't fill it all the way up, but there we go. So there's that. And then you take your next ring and you put it in here. Just set it like that. And then so we're going to put these around. And I'm going to do 2 more jars, and I'll be back when I get those done. Okay, I put the other jars in there, so this will hold 18 pints, 16 quarts. There we go. So now we're going to put the top on it, and I'm going to move the camera around so I can show you exactly how we do that. All right, here is the lid, and it has a mark right here that you have to find on the canner to line it up. I know you can't see that over here. I can't get that angle for you. But then I turn it to make sure that all of this latches under here. And what you want to do is you want to look, because you want to make sure that it's even all the way around. The crack all the way around is the same. And this is the hardest part for me, is trying to get it all to look even. It takes some finagling and takes some getting used to. So, don't get frustrated because it does take a little while. And like I said, we've had this for over 7 years and it still takes me some getting used to. So now we're going to put our flanges on here, and you want to do opposite. If I do this one, then I want to do this one down here on the opposite side. You put it up, and I turn just a little to make sure it stays. And then I take this one and I go opposite. So I'm over here on this side and this one right here, and I turn it. And then I take the front one and see I'm off a little bit, and that's going to happen sometimes. So just kind of got to start over. It happens. Like I said, I've had it for 7 years. I love this canner, but to me this is the hardest part of it. Now let's start with this one. And that's why you do opposites, to make sure that they are the same amount apart and even all the way around. And you don't want to tighten them too tight because that can mess up what you're doing. You just want to tighten them just a little bit. And there you go. Okay, so you just turn. Remember, you're doing your opposites. So whichever ones you do, you turn the opposite same time. There you go. And they don't have to be super tight, just as tight as you can get them, but without cranking down on them. All right, and the one thing I forgot to tell you is you want to add a splash of vinegar to the water. I did that and forgot to show you. That just stops your jars when you can them from getting foggy and that type of stuff. It just keeps your water really clean. So now we are going to turn the heat on this bad boy, and once I get a steady stream of steam coming out, I will show you what that looks like and when you put your weight on there. I just turned on the eye. It is going, but here is the ball book that I was telling you about. It is the Blue Book Guide to Preserving. It is awesome. It has all the step-by-step directions on how to make different things. If you want to know how to do it, you just look it in the index and it'll tell you which page to go to. If you are new to canning and not sure, or if you've been around canning for a while, I still recommend that you get this book just to have around to let you know how long you're supposed to do and at what pressure you're supposed to pressure can. There is a steady stream coming out, so now I'm fixing to put the weight on it, and we're going to make sure that we put it on the 10 pounds of pressure. So this means all of the air is out of there. So now let's put that on there. So now we're going to let all of the pressure build up. It's going to come over here, and we're going to see that it's going to go up to 10 pounds of pressure. And once it is up to pressure, this will start jiggling and shaking. And once that starts jiggling and shaking, then we set our timer for 55 minutes. But I'll show you what it looks like when it starts dancing. All right, the weight is dancing and jiggling, so we are going to set our timer. The timer is about to go off. So we have been going for 55 minutes. I'm going to turn the timer off. I'm going to turn the heat off. And then I'm going to wait and let the pressure release by itself until this comes all the way down to zero pressure. Then I will take the top off. It's still under pressure, so make sure you do not take the top off and do not take the weight off. All right, if you look over here at our pressure gauge, we are down to 0. So I am going to take off the weight. It is hot and steam is still going to come out, so make sure you have on an oven mitt or some kind of protection for your hands. So we're going to take it off, and see there's still steam coming out. So we're going to let the rest of that steam come out, and once it comes out and gets done and there's nothing else coming out, then we are going to take off the lid. And just a helpful hint, what I do is I always take a towel and I fold it in half and I stick it on my counter. So when I put these hot jars on it, I'm not putting them directly on my counter. So let's get over to the canner. We are going to undo the lid just like we put it on there. We're going to do them across from each other to take them off. And they are hot, so make sure you grab a pot holder or something so your hand does not get burned. Okay, we're going to do this one and this one. Do this one, and these two. All right, and you're going to have to twist it to take it off because remember you have this right here. So we're going to twist it. There we go. Then I'm going to open it away from my face because there is some steam in there. Go. And now you're going to use your handy little tool because you do not want to put your hands in there or grab those jars whatsoever because they are still boiling. So you take this and you grab it carefully and then you move it over to the towel. So I'm going to get this out and I'll show you what they look like when I get them out. Not sure if you can see that really good, but you see the water is still bubbling in the jar, so it got boiling in there. So this is what all of the cans look like. And so now we're just going to let them sit here and cool, and they will start sealing. You will start hearing some popping. It may take a little while, but as soon as I start hearing some popping, I'll record it so you can hear what you're looking for, and then I'll show you exactly what you're looking for to make sure they all seal correctly. I tried to record the lids popping for you so you can hear them pop, but as soon as I got ready to record, they wouldn't pop, and as soon as I stopped recording, they would pop. That's just my luck. But anyway, the way to check to make sure your jars have sealed is you press down to make sure that there is no give in there, and if it has give in it, then it is not sealed, and you need to put it in the refrigerator. Do not put a jar in the cabinet that has not sealed. It will go bad on you and will make you sick for sure. I'm not sure if you can hear it. You probably can. I have another load running in the canner behind me. This is our third load of corn, and we have another one going. So I wanted to show you, once everything has sealed, what you need to do is you take the rings off. And I use this. Sometimes you can do it by your hand, but to me it's just easier. And I just do it the opposite direction. And there you go. You take that off, and then what you want to do is you want to wash this and wash this around here. Make sure, because you see there's some residue on this one. So we're going to wash all that off, and then after you wash it off, you always put the month, the year, and the load that you're running. So let me show you how that looks. Here is a jar from our first run that we did. You notice that I did remove the ring. I have washed the whole entire jar. I don't use soap or anything. I just rinse it off with water. And then you put the month. So this is the 7th month. 21st is the year. And this was from our first run of corn. So that just helps you know which ones to use first. If you run several loads of them, so you're not using the, so you're using the oldest ones first. You want to make sure you do that. But this is what it looks like, or what it should look like when you put it up. I hope you found this video to be informative. I hope it helps you understand about our pressure canner and how we use our pressure canner. We can everything we can. We do green beans, we do tomatoes, we do corn, we even do meat. With a pressure canner, you can do meat. So let me know if there's some videos you would like to see down in the comments of other things that we can. As always, remember to be kind, be careful, be considerate, and have a great day. Bye.